Very good evening.
Good evening.
It is.
Which day?
It is Friday evening,
Yeah,
the 4th of February,
it is.
in Bussum, the Netherlands. We are Conscious World Agents. My name is Claudia Arturo,
And my name is Arturo Massaro.
and we are live.
Yes, and we are the founders, the co-founders of CWA, Conscious World Agents.
Yes.
And every week, probably you already know, but every week we have our live sessions. Today I made a mistake by posting it. It's a love session, but
Oh yeah, that's a Freudian
Yeah.
slip.
all right.
It's a conscious or a slip.
Well, subconscious level.
But actually, it is true. It is a love session. I was
Yeah.
thinking about that
Yeah,
because it is about wanting to share the love more in the world that we feel. Right?
absolutely. That's true.
So that's what it's about. So thank you for watching. Always, when the people who come and watch our sessions and who share their views and their experiences with us, it's really lovely. And we couldn't be like Conscious World Agents if it wasn't for you either. So we're really grateful that you're here. Yeah, what have we got to share with you this week?
Well, the topic we wrote our posts about, the topic was fear.
Overcoming fear.
Overcome fear.
Yeah.
What is fear? How can you overcome it?
Yeah.
How can it even help you sometimes?
Yes, that's true. Yeah. So,
You want to start with your topic?
that's fine.
Your post?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, my post was about, like you were saying, overcoming fear. And you know, like you were saying, also fear can be helpful at times because something happens inside of us, and we're looking a little bit here at the science aspect of it as well. What happens biologically in our body, and of course. We've written, I think, similar things about it in our post. But what is really important is to know that, you know, when there is danger, your body will respond. But you have certain parts in our brain, and a lot of you will know this already. We're not saying anything new here, but it's something good to be reminded of at times, that fear is sometimes based on a false reality. Some people call it false appearance. Experiences appearing real, and then we think we see something or we hear something, and it's real. And we actually had a lovely talk today
Yeah.
about it because we attended a course in the wisdom of neuroscience, which is delivered by the Foundation for Developing Compassion and Wisdom, and it's a course about neuroscience. And they talked a lot about this today as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we also had a topic around that this week, and it's really interesting when you start to see biologically how we're made up to look at danger, you know, in a way that we need to have the fight or flight response or the freeze response. So we're biologically made up to see things as danger. Naturally, our bias is negative in that way. Bias is when we're triggered by something, to see it as a negative. However, we also are conscious people, and I would say most people who are watching this definitely are. We have then the possibility of changing that. So what happens when we sense fear in whatever way through the senses? Then the amygdala starts to take over in our brain, and then our body starts to respond. We get a lot of cortisol and, you know, adrenaline going in our bodies and so forth. And we then make sometimes decisions that are not so wise. Or we could being very reactive in a way that is very out of our normal behavior, for example, because it's based on fear. And that could be for many reasons. So how do we control that? Well, this is the good part. This is the good part. And in my post I wrote about 3 ways of how to to do something with that, not to run your life then by this amygdala that is ruling your responses. When we slow down, first of all, when we then assess the situation and really check, is this really danger, what is happening? Am I really in danger? Or is it something I'm imagining? Like tonight when we had that course, somebody said, there was a rope lying or something there, and they thought it was a snake, but it wasn't a snake, it was just a rope. So there was no real danger there. But the body responded straight away. The palpitations perhaps started, the blood pressure went a little bit higher. And that can happen. It can also happen because of deadlines, that you have a lot of work mounted up, or you have a fear of maybe speaking in front of people, and they've asked you to do a speech, it'll be like a keynote speaker for something, and you really want it, but you have this fear of speaking in front of people. And then it starts to happen, the heart rate goes up, you get sweaty palms, and all these things can start to happen. So how can we then control it? Well, the good thing is that we also have the frontal lobes in our brain, and those actually can assess the situation more rationally, and they can then see if there's real danger, or is it necessary that we experience fear. And then we can send that back to the amygdala, and we can then respond on things in a more rational way. So how do we do that? Well, we do that when we're in that situation of feeling the fear by slowing down and taking a few mindful breaths. So you're just watching your breath. You can. One of the techniques is that you take a deep breath and then count back to 8 when you breathe out. So you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then really feel that and relax, and then you refocus. You're going to bring the attention to the frontal lobes, and then check what is really happening. Is it really fear that that is valid? Is it a valid situation, or is it not? Is it just something that I thought it was a snake, but it's a rope? Or actually the people are very keen to listen to me when I have to speak in front of them and things like that? Or can I just stay with myself and focus on the breathing and on the message that I want to deliver without all these stories going on in the back of my head? So slowing down, mindful breathing, and refocusing are the 3 tools that you could use to be more conscious. And that's a conscious action that you're taking, so you're not letting the amygdala run the show in your life, but you're actually taking steps towards creating, I would say, you could also say new synapses in your brain, and creating a new habit of maybe not being so fearful at certain times. That's also what science is showing us, as you might have already be aware of. And it is just in that particular situation to calm yourself more down and not being overruled by the emotion. So those are, I've had a lot of feedback on that. People find it really helpful, and it's, like I said, nothing new. Neuroscience is showing this, but it's just, we found these tools very practical. Mm-hmm. And we are not often taught these. We're not often taught these, for example, at school. Right? When teenagers talk to us, they say, well, how do I do that? So parents ask us, how can I tell my children how to go about it, and how can I go about it myself? So we just thought it was helpful to show it like that. If you want to have a refresher on what I just said, you can always look at our post again, and then we have put in step by step the procedure, how to go about that. So that's what that was about.
Yeah, and what I like, it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Slowing down, breathe, and focus.
Yeah,
Refocus, and you don't have to learn anything new for this.
No.
Because you can slow down already. You can take a deeper breath, and you can refocus already. So you don't have to learn anything new. The only thing that maybe is new for you, that you need to be aware of what's happening with you.
Yeah, to be more conscious. And when you are, it's often, I'm not saying it works maybe all the time, but it's certainly helpful to try it also when you suffer from anxiety and such symptoms. It does have an effect on you biologically straight away. People say, oh yeah, actually my rhythm of breath changed, or my heart rate calmed down a bit, so it might not relieve you from all the symptoms straight away, but it can help already to alleviate some of them straight away. So that was that one.
Yeah.
What about your one?
Mine.
Tell us, because that was
I don't
beautiful
know
post.
anymore.
You've got it.
I
Okay, well,
forgot
let's
it.
talk about something
I
else
have
then.
a lot of fear now to talk about it. No.
To do.
Well, fear is not only about failure, it's also about the fear of success. That's also
Oh, that's
there.
also, yeah. Nice.
And once you are not facing your own fears, they become your limitations, because you start to believe the fear you have.
Mm.
You start to believe your own story that you're constantly telling to yourself. You're not afraid of the dark, you're afraid of what might be in the dark. Because when you go to sleep, it's dark in your room, then you're not afraid because it's familiar for you.
Yeah.
But once you're in let's say, in a strange village, and suddenly all the lights, and it's in the evening and the lights go out, things can happen.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the story you tell yourself that makes the fear bigger. And fear is not real. Danger is real.
Yeah.
But fear not. And they have in the US a nice saying about, you never die from a snake bite. It's the venom that kills you. And you cannot be unbitten in life. You will experience things that are not nice.
Mm.
But the story we tell ourselves constantly, that's the venom, that's the poison that makes you sick or brings the fear above. So what if you need to do something new, or you want to realize your dream, your big dream? But what if you already see that you will fail? What if you think about, what will other people think about me? What if I have success, they envy me, and then people are not my friends anymore? Maybe I'm not good enough. All these kind of things that are running in your brain constantly, and you have these thoughts. Would you start? Would you start living your dream? Probably not.
No.
So it's becoming your limitation by thinking of all these kind of things. Nothing will happen.
Mm-hmm.
And fear is also how do they say it? I wrote it down, but I forgot it. This time I really forgot it.
Okay.
But probably it's this. Yeah, it's true. It's coming back now.
Okay. Yeah.
Fear is also forget everything and run, or face everything and rise.
Nice. Yeah.
And it's a choice. It's a choice if you will forget everything and just run, and that's the what you said. That's the survival mode, the fight or flight.
Yeah.
But if you really slow down, take a deep breath and refocus what you wrote, and really look at the facts.
Yeah. Rationalize.
Rationalize it.
Yeah.
How dangerous is it then?
Yeah.
And if there is danger, then still you don't need to have the fear. You can act.
Mm-hmm.
But normally, and that's what you said, we are looking for the lion that is going to attack us.
Yeah.
But there's no lion anymore. But the lion is replaced now by your manager, by your mother-in-law, or
Oh, I hope she's not watching. You got that one back. You know that
no,
one.
I know. Or by your neighbors, or it doesn't matter. It's all replaced by something else. and you make it bigger. You give it more power, and you give your own power away. And you learn, how did you learn how to ride a bike? Just by taking the first step, taking the first pedal. How did you learn how to read? Just by one letter at a time.
Nice.
Drive the car, one lesson, second lesson, third lesson. And all the insecurity you had, because that's there, oh, can I do it or not? It vanished. And why? Because you started step by step by doing it. And of course, sometimes you need help. You had your teacher how to learn to read. Maybe your parents how to learn how to ride a bike. You went to a certain school how to drive the car. That's normal. So what is your big dream? What do you really want to achieve in this life? Maybe this year. Take the first step. And I know you can do it. Forget the fear. Focus on what's real, the reality, and focus on what you want to achieve. See the benefit. And slowly the fear will fade away.
Nice. Can you recall an example when you did that yourself?
Oh, several times. When I gave up, when I quit my job at the company, I was a manager. I earned a lot of money, and I was one of the talents, and a lot of good future was in front of me for that. But I gave up that all to become a trainer and a coach. And then suddenly 9/11 kicked in, and there was every company stopped training and coaching, and I went really down the drain with this, and a lot of depths and doubts also within myself. Can I do this? And so I had to face a lot of things at that moment, and constantly go back. Okay. What are really the facts right now? Not tomorrow, but right now. And that's what we do. The fear is about something we experienced in the past, or that's something that we will probably experience in the future. But never in the now. When I was 21 or 22, I had an Italian nationality. I was born in the Netherlands. My father was had the Italian nationality. And I wanted to become a Dutch guy. So I changed my nationality from being an Italian to a Dutch person. And suddenly they called me to go into the army.
Yeah, it was still
16 months, that was mandatory at that moment. I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to be in the army. So I had to overcome a lot of things, how to stay out of this army thing. Being of service, is that being,
in service.
Being in service, okay. So what I did was 3 months before I had to go to the first day to go into the army, I saw myself already not eating anything. And I knew that it would take 10 days to really quit there.
We're not really advising people to do this.
No, I'm not advising just to not to eat 10 days. Because you lose a lot of weight and
it's not what we advise people to do.
Everybody around me said, "Oh, that's not wise," and just like what you did. But I did it, and within 10 days, I could get out of the army. But in these 10 days, I had to overcome a lot of challenges. But I I did it just step by step. And not thinking, okay, what will happen tomorrow? Will the lieutenant call me again and say, you need to do something, you need to do this? Or what will the captain do tomorrow or within 2 days? No, just step by step, being in the here and now. There's no fear. And that's maybe the best tip I can give you about fear. It's not now. Something you make up yourself.
Yeah, which is different than danger. Danger could be in the now.
Of course,
Yeah.
if you are walking on the highway, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
I wouldn't advise that.
No.
But still, even then, you don't need to fear. You need to act.
We to rationalize.
Yeah.
But the fear is this coping mechanism for our body that
Yeah. And
brings in the adrenaline that makes you go run faster.
That's
and
the reptile
Yeah.
brain, our
Yeah.
oldest brain that we have. It's 500 million years old.
Yeah.
And it's only survival there.
Yeah.
And that kicks in.
Exactly. So overcoming fear that is not rational, these things that we have said, I shared with you, can really help. They've helped us, and they still do. And they've helped some people that we've helped on the way. They came back and said, wow, that was really powerful. So it's something that we wanted to share with you.
Yeah, but one thing, maybe I said it already in another weekly laugh and live session. A lot of people, in the top 3 of fears is standing on a stage and giving a presentation in front of 100 people, for instance. It's in the top 3 of the fears of people. And if you have this and you are really afraid of this and you think, oh, I need to go on stage and talk to people, what will happen to you? Or what will people think about you? Yeah. And then you have the fear, you feel that, okay, no, I cannot do it. But now something happens. The loved one next to you really, really needs a doctor right now. Will you go on stage and ask the audience, is there a doctor here in this room? Yes, you will. And why? Because the priority is big enough to overcome your fear. And once you need to do that, you will never think about what will they think about me. And no, you only have one thing, and that is helping your loved one.
Yeah.
And this is with everything. If the priority is high enough, you will overcome your fear. But I say you don't need to fear to make your dreams come true or to do the things that you like. And people will think about you what they think. It's not about you. Nothing of what they think is about you. But that's another topic.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that next time.
Yeah.
Yes, don't take it personally.
Yes, please don't take things personally. No. It's all perception. Everything is perception.
Yeah,
And we can go on and on.
We just come out of training, like I said, for 2 hours talking about perception. So
Yeah.
it's really wonderful and such an interesting topic. And in our trainings, we talk also about this with people on the experience days
Yeah.
and the 4-leaf clover
Yeah.
and so
Well,
forth. So,
Talking about the Experience Day, this month, February the 22nd, no,
Sixth.
26th, sorry, Saturday 26th, we have an online course for our Experience Day. And it's a 1-day course online, so it doesn't matter where you live, you can follow it.
yeah.
Go to our website, consciousworldagents.com, and look for Experience Day, CWA Experience Day, and then you will find much more information, but also you can sign up there. And there is an extra discount.
Yeah,
Yeah?
you know it.
I know it. You don't? You forgot. Okay.
I do know it,
Yeah,
of
all right.
course.
Well, it's 54 euros for the whole day, You get a workbook, of course, the 2 facilitators. If you sign up for 2 people, with 2 persons in the same time, then the second person has a discount of 50%.
So, that's nice.
So it's half price.
Yeah, and I tell you, there's people who've done the experience day once and they want to come back and they say, wow, every time they take something out of it again.
Yeah.
So things, the tools we give, you might be in a different space within yourself. It just is, if you need that extra step, it's really worth it as well to do it again. So.
And if you don't like the online sessions, that is possible, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Then you can
A lot
come.
of people are zoomed out.
Yeah. Yeah. Then you can come to the Netherlands in Bussum on April the 19th. It's a Tuesday. Then we have also the experience day, but then face to face, live.
Yeah, and they are such fun too.
Yeah.
So,
The price is only a little bit higher.
Yeah.
But the same discount is there. Second person 50% discount.
and you get a nice lunch.
You get a nice lunch. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And it's just a wonderful day. You'll. Yeah. Sometimes people say mind blowing. Huh?
Yeah.
I love that when they say it. So.
And one of the things you do is slow down. You take a deep breath and you refocus. That's what you do in this day.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's it.
Yeah.
Our Friday chat is over. Our live love session is ended. And we're going to relax. We had a busy day and wish you a wonderful weekend and a wonderful evening. Thanks for watching. Thank you for being with us. And if you want to watch it again, we'll put it on YouTube later in the weekend also. And we look forward to seeing you again next week. And what will our topic be next week?
Perception.
Ooh. Yeah?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. All right, so watch this space. Look at our post next week. And if you want to share something below here, how you overcame some of your fears and did it anyway, then we would love to know as well. And don't forget, we're all, like Hanuman Das said the other day, Ram Das always said, we're all walking each other home.
Yeah.
So what you have gone through and your tips might just trigger off in something in someone.
Absolutely.
That says, I just needed to hear that. Have you never had that you say, I just needed to hear that? And this is what I love about certain teachers. We might both listen to one teacher, and Arturo might pick up something that he needs to hear, and I might pick up something that I need to hear, and that will just help us. And in that way, we're walking each other all home. Have a wonderful evening. Thanks for watching.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye.